Well, take a look at this plumbing snake. This has just seen better days. It's just all kinked and worn out. Hey, what's up YouTube? Dan the Fix-It Man. Got another quick video here for you. Got a kinked up drain cable here, and we're going to replace this with a new one. This particular brand is BrassCraft, and it's made by Cobra. I think this is the one that they sell either at Home Depot or Lowe's. This definitely needs some work. The cable is all kinked, but also our little lock bolt here is completely stripped. It looks like even the plastic piece broke off of the handle, and we've got some issues here with the thread. So we'll get this all fixed up, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to replace the cable. Now, the first thing you need to do, now don't even plug the machine in. Just pull the cable out that you saw I was doing there in the beginning. You do need to unscrew this locking screw or bolt before you pull the snake out. And you can see this one wasn't even working. It doesn't even screw in anymore. So we're just going to toss this, and I'm going to get a new bolt or make a new bolt with a wing nut for this piece. But more importantly, I wanted to show you in here, if you see that right there, that little screw going through the end of the snake with a little tab, that's how it's attached. And then on the back here, there's just a little nut that you can get a wrench or a socket and put on there, and that will allow us to unscrew the old snake. So let's do that now. I'm just using a large Phillips here, and then in the back, I'm using an 11 millimeter, but a 7/16 would probably also work. And pull that out. Now I'm going to clean out the inside of this drum here too. There's just some leaves and debris in there. I'm just going to suck those out here with the vacuum real quick. Here's our new 3/8 inch cable. This looks pretty solid. Now this comes with just a male center end and a female end, which is where you're going to put your cutters. Now this comes with several different attachments that are going to attach here to the female end. But in order to get this to attach to the inside of the drum, they give you a little whip here. This basically, this flattened piece or this flange is what you will screw to the inside of the drum. First, we're going to feed it through. This piece right here is actually too large to fit through and make the turn on the inside. If you had to, you could grind this down a little bit to fit through the tube or fit through the opening. What I'm going to try to do is put this in and feed it through backwards from the inside of the drum. So let's just put that in there and get that turned around. Come on. Okay, there we go. That wasn't easy, but we got it. Got the piece in, and we just need to line it up in that hole. See, we've got the screw in there, and then the snake is going this direction. That's the way that it was. All right, so now I need to connect the main cable here to this little whip or a little adapter like so, and that takes a Phillips, but I am going to coat this with some thread lock because I don't want this to come undone. I mean, it'll probably stay together, but I just don't want to chance that. I'm just going to use this medium strength blue so we can take it off in the future when we need to. That's way too much. Perfect. That looks good right there. All right, now when you feed this in for the first time, you just want to do it manually. You never want to run these backwards. Same with when you're using them. All right, so we got the new snake in, but you can see that we had a problem here with our thumb screw that locks that in place. Basically a little plastic wing nut that's molded on here snapped off. And the threads on this don't look all that great. I was gonna weld something on the end of this, but there's definitely some chewed up threads in here. So what I decided to do is make one. So I just found a bolt that was about the same length right here. And then I welded a metal wing nut onto the end. Don't judge me on my terrible welding here. I just wanted to get it to stick. And didn't really want to heat it up too much and mess up my threads, but that thing works perfect right through here. And now this collar is also loose, the little Allen head right here on the other side, so I'm going to tighten that as well. Make sure you get the bolt through or started through that hole before you try to tighten this. I think that's why the threads got damaged. I think that had gotten loose and actually kind of helped mess up the threads. They weren't lined up right. But now that that's in, we can tighten this down. Nice and snug. Now the screw that came with the replacement cable is actually different than the one that was on the old cable, and there's no room for a lock washer here, so I really like this cutter head. That's what I'm going to put back on. I think it's going to work fine. This thing is ready to put back to work. All right, well, I just plugged it in to give it a quick test. looks like it's gonna work just fine. And you're done. Pretty easy. I mean, I know this is somewhat self-explanatory to most of you, but you know, I had just never done this before, never replaced a cable on one of these drum machines before, and it was actually really easy. As you saw, it's almost self-explanatory. And then we just kind of fixed up our little bolt here with a new modified wing nut, but that should be good to go. It shouldn't give us any issues at all. Threads in there nicely and locks that cable in place. This is good to get back into service and ready to clear out some drains. I hope you liked the video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't mind. That does help me out. I'll get a link in the description where I picked up this replacement cable along with some of the other parts and tools used in the video as well. Thanks so much for watching and good luck.